By far the biggest problem that designers face is finding new clients. It's difficult, it requires a lot of work and consistency, and there's not any one specific way that always works. And so I've been thinking on this topic a lot, and I wanted to create this video to share a few thoughts with you that have helped me find clients on a more consistent basis. So let's jump into it. One of the biggest mistakes that I made early on as a freelance designer was waiting too long to come in contact with a prospect. If you don't make contact with the prospect until they're at the very bottom of the funnel and they've already made the decision and they're ready to buy, it gets really tricky because there are so many other options. There are tons of other designers, many of which are either cheaper or more talented or can work more quickly than you. And so at that point, it's just a bidding war. And so if you're waiting too long, you're constantly going to be put in that position where you just have to throw your hat in the ring and hope that they choose you over the hundreds of other designers that might be trying to get their business. So your goal should be to help the prospect get to know you as early on in their journey as possible, and ideally long before they even know that they need a website. So they can get to know you through your content or through referrals or just you showing up at the right time. And all of these things require a lot of effort on your part to get in front of them. So here are a few examples. If you're targeting brand new business startups, rather than just waiting for them to come to your website, instead what you could do is create a partnership or an agreement with a local LLC attorney, because one of the first things people do when they start a business is set up an LLC. So you can make an agreement with these attorneys that once they set up an LLC for a new business, they refer that business off to you to build a website and help them get their business going online. So this is a great example of you getting them early on in the process before they even realize that they need what you have to offer. Okay, another example. Let's say that you want to target SaaS businesses. So these are software as a service product businesses. So instead, again, of just waiting for them to come to your website, what you're going to do is go to Product Hunt. And every day there are tons of new products that get launched on Product Hunt. And what I would recommend you do is go to the products that underperformed. And you're going to go to their websites, find those that have bad websites or websites that might be costing them new clients or users, and then taking a screen recording and walking them through their website, showing them all of the improvements they can make that will help their conversions. So again, instead of waiting for them to reach out to you, you're finding them earlier in that process, higher up in the funnel, and then you're finding some way to help them get to know you or provide value to them so they're more likely to hire you. And then the last example that I put down here is, let's just say that you are targeting old WordPress websites that are trying to update their site to Webflow. What you can do is offer free migration services or even make that your niche or your special offer that you do WordPress to Webflow migrations, and in turn they're going to need you to develop their website in Webflow. So in all of these examples, you just have to think about the journey of your specific prospect and then think of unique and creative ways that you can catch them as early on in that journey as possible before they ever come in contact with any other designers, developers, or agencies. All right, so the second problem that I struggled with early on in my business is low visibility. Finding new clients can always be kind of random and a bit of a crapshoot. But there is one correlation that I've always been able to find, and that is the correlation between visibility, or how many people see me this month, and how many new clients and how much revenue I generated this month. So this might seem obvious to you, but visibility is essential to you growing your design business. The more people that see you, the more people are likely to hire you. So if you want to get seen, you should be all across social media. You should be creating content on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And you should be collaborating with other creators, and you should be finding your way into other people's newsletters. And you should be speaking at events and conferences. And you should be finding ways to be a guest on a podcast. Every single day you need to focus on your visibility, and you need to get in front of as many people as you possibly can. If every day only 5 or 10 people are seeing you, you're not going to land clients. Simple as that. So one thing that I've liked to do is go through a little personal audit of my own visibility. I will go through all of my social media channels. I'll check all of my analytics, all of my website traffic, and I'll just lay this out on a spreadsheet to see how many people saw me this month, and then I can make plans to get more people to see me next month. This exercise does take a little bit of time, but it's really eye-opening when you can see exactly how many people are actually seeing your face and seeing your content. And I bet you'll be surprised at how few people are actually finding you every month. The third problem that I struggled with for a long time is I was very creative in my work, right? I was creative in building websites, but I was not creative in the way that I marketed my business. And marketing requires just as much, if not more, creativity if you want to be exceptional at it. So if I was to take all of the designers and developers in the world, I bet that their portfolio website would say the same thing. It would say something like, we build websites, we design websites, we grow your business with websites. And this is the exact same offer, it's the exact same value proposition as pretty much everybody else. And I'm not saying that's wrong, and I'm not saying that you can't grow your business that way, but it's definitely worth revisiting that and thinking of a more unique and creative way to market yourself and your services. So rather than just having a website out there waiting for people to come to you to hire you for your website services, here are a few ideas that you could try. Maybe you have a daily marketing email newsletter for small businesses. Maybe you create a unique and viral Chrome extension specifically for entrepreneurs. Maybe you offer $50 website roasts. Maybe you create a website or blog that has a full library of niche-specific website inspiration. And this becomes a place that potential clients can come to look at websites, see what they like, and then hire you. Maybe you still want to target those SaaS companies, and so you start offering demo videos or animated images for their product. And you can either learn to do that yourself, or you can partner with somebody that already knows how to create those demos. These are all unique ways to get your foot in the door, meet new businesses, create a list of potential prospects, and give yourself a better chance to meet these people earlier on in the process rather than sitting back and waiting for them to come to your website. And this brings us to the fourth and final problem that us designers struggle with, and that is being too passive in sales. I totally understand not wanting to be a pushy salesperson, but you can't just sit back and expect these sales to fall in your lap. When you hop on a first call or a discovery call, these people are expecting you to sell them, so you have to convince them why they should hire you. Now, you definitely don't want to act needy, but you definitely have to seem interested in winning their business. So once you've got somebody on the line, don't let them off easily. Make it difficult for them to say no. Be super consistent with your follow-up. Ask really great questions and dig to find their real objections or concerns. And then if they have problems or hesitations with hiring you, look for ways to throw more value into the offer. Don't just immediately lower your price to try to get them to say yes, because that devalues your service, but instead throw in more additional services or benefits that you're willing to give them if they hire you. And finally, don't be afraid to close them. Ask them point blank, does that work for you? Does that sound fair? Are you ready to move forward? Your clients will appreciate you moving the sales process forward, and if you do it in a really genuine way, they're going to be grateful that you closed them. Now, I'm really hoping that sharing a few of these thoughts with you has maybe sparked a few ideas, maybe a few strategies or approaches that you could take, and I promise you that these things work. Once I started being creative in the way that I approach prospects, I saw my sales increase drastically. Now, if you're feeling really generous, I would love for you to drop in the comments what is your favorite way to find clients. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.